What's up, guys? This is that PlayStation Gamer. So, yes, the move is going along. I am getting so much closer to the date, and basically everything's packed at this point. But hey, I figure I got some time to kill, got a couple days to kill before I have to start actually moving shit. So, hey, why not make some videos? So, this first video I'm making is games I want to see come to PC from PlayStation. Unlike most PlayStation fanboys, and yes, I am at any time of the day, I am a PlayStation fanboy. I love Sony's games. I think their games are some of the premier, games of the industry. And I want to share these games with people. I want them to get the best experience possible while playing these games too. I don't want them to, just buy a console and then be like, ugh, I gotta play at the inferior 30 frames per second. Like, no, I want PC gamers to have the opportunities to play these games, and other gamers who maybe are Xbox gamers, Nintendo gamers that just happen to have, a decent running rig. So, first game I want to come to PC is a pretty self-explanatory one, and that, of course, is God of War 2018. Yes, this game is critically praised. This is one of the games that a lot of PlayStation gamers point to as one of the defining games of the PS4, and I tend to agree with that notion. And it does feel like it would be a good time to put it on PC sometime in the near future, considering God of War Ragnarok is coming. Although we don't know if that's like a full-on sequel or side story or what's going on with that, but still, I would like to see God of War 2018 on PC. I want to see God of War running at 120 frames per second, and just having the sheer beauty of this game on a nice 4K monitor. Oh man, it makes me happy just thinking about it. But the next game is probably a game that it's kind of self-explanatory. Actually, if I'm being honest, it's kind of a bundle. I kind of hope if they actually do this, it would be a bundle so that way people get to experience both stories simultaneously. That, of course, is the Last of Us series. Or I guess you would say Last of Us Left Behind, Last of Us 1, Last of Us Left Behind, Last of Us 2, and hell, why not throw in the multiplayer with extra content thrown on? I don't know, maybe some of the skins and all that stuff. Um, I love the series. Like, it's my absolute favorite franchise of any video game, entity out there. I like it more than Zelda. I like it more than Halo. I like it more than any other franchise. So let's get this straight. I want everyone to be able to experience both these games at their peak greatness. I want to see The Last of Us 1 and 2 both running at 120 frames per second, 4K, whatever you could do. Like, just, I want the best experience. That, fuck the console experience. I want PC gamers to be able to experience the awesome story of both these games and the DLC. And I guess the only problem with this is supposedly because there's a rumor of a remake going on for the first game. Would they throw the remake in? Would it be the original? Personally, I'd throw the original and The Last of Us 2 in there just to get it out sooner. And then the remake, when it comes out, maybe put it on PC, depending on, reception and all that shit. But, it's a remake of the first game, so who knows? But yeah, like, this is just one of those things I think is so obvious. It's a thing that's so closely tied with Sony's identity, especially these days. I think it's actually a good idea to port over to PC. And the next game, of course, is not going to shock anyone here. And that, of course, is Spider-Man. Oh my god. I want to see Spider-Man on 120 frames per second, but you know what? I actually did put this part in there. I actually want to see Miles Morales bundled in. I want to see that Game of the Year bundle. Hey, you buy Spider-Man Remastered, Game of the Year edition, whatever, PC version edition. You get the Miles Morales, you get Miles Morales for no extra charge. I think that'd be really cool. Just because Spider-Man is such a huge franchise, I honestly am kind of shocked Marvel isn't putting the gun to Sony's head yet and be like, you put this on PC right goddamn now. And in fact, it's kind of strange how Spider-Man was supposed to be exclusive for PlayStation gamers, and yet we've heard exclusive for the Avengers game, and we've heard nothing about it. But that's a whole different thing. Yeah, this is actually to me like one of the best Spider-Man incarnations we've ever had. Like, I think this is better than the Tom Holland movies. I think this is better than most of the animated shows. I even go far as say this, guys. I think this one might actually be better than the Andrew Garfield one. No, okay, obviously that's a bit of a joke, but I love this version of Spider-Man. This is like to me the definitive version, and the voice actor for Spider-Man alone, Yuri. If you don't know, he's in a lot of things, but I know him mostly as the guy who shouts Naruto. That's my very poor Sasuke impersonation, but still, just right there on that basis alone, this should be on PC, and you guys should be able to enjoy the excellent story of Spider-Man that really does make you feel like you're playing a Spider-Man, not a Spider high schooler or Spider teenager, like a Spider-Man. Now, the next game, of course, not going to shock anyone because it's actually a fairly recent game, and hell, a director's cut just got announced, and it's actually coming out pretty soon. And that, of course, Samurai, is Ghost of Tsushima. Ghost of Tsushima is easily one of the most beautiful games I have ever played. I say this game is better than any recent Assassin's Creed game. While Assassin's Creed is trying to go off into the RPG Witcher 3 territory, Ghost of Tsushima is doing everything the Assassin's Creed series should have been doing. I love the combat in this game. This is one of those games I have played multiple times to 100% completion, and I still keep going back to it. Just because it's so fun to go around and explore the areas and look at the beautiful scenery. I'm telling you right now, photo mode, just on the PS5 alone, is beautiful. I can't imagine what a PC port would look like. Oh my god. Like, that actually kind of blows my mind right there. Like, just imagining Ghost of Tsushima at higher frame rates than 60 frames per second. I'm imagining mod support. I imagine all mod support for all these games. Oh my god! Like, please, let Sony make this a reality, please. But you know what, guys? Much as I love Ghost of Tsushima, much as I love Spider-Man, The Last of Us, and of course, God of War, I think there's one more game that people might be a little bit more interested in than Ghost of Tsushima and these other games. And I don't know, man. By the way, I'm bleeding a little. You guys can't see it because there's no camera, but I'm bleeding a little bit of blood. That's my not so subtle way of saying Bloodborne. I'm gonna be very frank with you guys. I am not the biggest fan of these type of games. I do think these games are very much for a certain type of audience, but that is not saying I can't appreciate that the fans really want this. They want Bloodborne on PC with 60 frames per second. Fuck 60 frames per second. They want a higher frame rate than 30. And while I do think this one is kind of up in the wind, because the other games, like, they're owned by Sony. Those games are developed by Sony. So obviously Sony has more say so. But From Software, from what I understand, and I'm not 100% sure about this, guys, so please correct me if I'm wrong, but I think From Software does own the license to Bloodborne. I've heard some stories say that they do. Some stories say that PlayStation owns it. Personally, at the end of the day, because Sony acquired this studio that, supposedly could port games easier, I would say let this be the one that first work on, because it would be so awesome just to see people be very pleased. And I can imagine this thing will sell game busters. I imagine this would be like the game I think would crack 1 million. And I know, like, crack 1 million, that doesn't sound like a lot. Well, cracking 1 million on PC is kind of hard to do, especially considering, you know, PC gamers all have different tastes. But this seems to be like the one game I hear people constantly say they want. I hear people say they want just a frame rate update on the PS5. So, Yes, my number one is Bloodborne. If I was in charge of Sony for a day and I was like anything I greenlit absolutely had to go through, I'd be like, you know what? I'll give you guys that Bloodborne PC port and a PS5 patch just for the hell of it, because you know what? I like you guys that much, and I want my fans to be happy. But yeah, what do you guys think of this list? What games would you be porting to PlayStation? Sorry, not PlayStation. What games would you be porting to PC if you were in charge of PlayStation? Leave a list of your own games and let's have a friendly conversation down there. No one trashing The Last of Us, please, because my self-esteem is already down to begin with. I'm kidding, of course. But this is That PlayStation Gamer signing out. Y'all have a good day now. Peace.